A college student stumbles upon a terrifying urban legend of a serial killer named Smiley. The maniac stitched his own eyes and lips into a twisted smile. As the legend unfolds, she starts seeing Smiley everywhere she goes, and it comes to a point that she starts believing that Smiley is coming for her. Stick around till the end to find out if she survives or not. The movie starts with a girl lying on bed with a cell phone in her hand. A little girl wearing a scary mask scares her. Then she goes to her computer and starts talking to someone online. It turns out that the elder one is babysitting the little girl. When the babysitter asks who she is talking to, the girl says that she is on an online chat site called Hide and Go Chat, where anonymous people from all over the world video chat. The babysitter advises the girl not to use such kinds of websites. After that, the girl tells her about an urban legend of Smiley, a serial killer who stitched his eyes shut and carved a smile out of his mouth. She adds that if the person on the other side writes 3 times in the chat, "I did it for the lulz," Smiley shows up from behind and kills that person. Later that night, when the babysitter gets back to her house, she signs up for Hide and Go Chat and chats with a man wearing glasses. While chatting with him, he writes 3 times, "I did it for the lulz." As expected, Smiley shows up from behind and stabs her with a knife in her back, and she instantly dies. The scene then shifts to Ashley, a college student. Her father drops her off at her new college. She reassures him that everything will be alright, bids goodbye to him and leaves. Inside, Ashley meets her new roommate named Proxy. Proxy invites her to a new party. Ashley happily accepts her invitation and attends the party. Ashley meets 2 teens, Zane and Mark, at the party. Proxy spots a nerd and tells Ashley that the guy is a student from their college. Then, she encourages Ashley to go talk to him. As Ashley is speaking with him, Zane and his boys interrupt them. He calls Binder with the name Pedobar and asks what he's doing there. Upon knowing that Binder is actually Pedobar, the partygoers start harassing him and make fun of him, forcing him to leave the party. When Ashley asks Proxy about the deal between Binder and Pedobar, she says that Binder is being called with this name because of him reporting some messed up stuff to the board. Just then, Zane and his friends call Smiley on a girl. Smiley shows up and unalives the girl. Ashley freaks out by the scene and everyone starts laughing. Proxy assures her that the urban legend of the Smiley is probably fake because it's on the internet. The next morning, Ashley wakes up and realizes that she's running late for the class. When she arrives at her class, Professor Clayton is asking everyone why this specific lesson is important. While her professor is talking, one of her classmates asks the girl for a pen. While giving him the pen, the girl giggles as he says that she smells better than him. The professor approaches Mark for disturbing the class. The professor then asks him to answer the question, which he has interrupted. Mark answers that this class is important because everyone must take it, and the whole class starts laughing. Ashley then responds to the question correctly, and the class continues. After the class, Ashley stops the professor in the hallway and apologizes for being late. She then says that she prefers to be organized, so she requests access to all of the assignments for the current semester in advance. The professor says that she can access the assignments on the website and also advises her to stay relaxed as she is just a college student. Later, she returns to her room, where she meets her Proxy. Ashley tells her she's still feeling the effects of last night's alcohol. Proxy tells her that she did some stupid things when she was drunk. Ashley really feels embarrassed, but Proxy consoles her and says that the students won't be paying attention to her because they are busy talking about another viral video on the internet. Proxy then shows her that trending video of a boy who is sitting in front of the camera. She tries to read something written on his cheek, but suddenly Smiley shows up from behind and instantly stabs him under his chin and kills him. Ashley is shocked to see the video. She asks Proxy if the boy is really dead or not, but she says that nobody knows anything about the boy because he has not come online again since that video. Ashley wants to inform the police, but Proxy stops her because they don't have enough information about the incident. They don't even know who the boy was or that he is actually dead. After some talking, they conclude that the video must be fake because it's impossible for someone to appear from thin air and kill someone. Thinking the urban legend is fake, they decide to give it a try. They start searching for someone on the same website. After watching through some people, they finally select a person. They write 3 times, "I did it for the lulz," in the chat. Seconds later, Smiley shows up and kills the man. Both the girls freak out over killing someone. Ashley breaks down into tears and starts blaming herself for the man's death. But Proxy consoles her and asks her to keep this a secret. Just then, Ashley receives a call from her father. Proxy keeps an eye on Ashley to make sure she doesn't reveal what just happened. When the call ends, Ashley promises Proxy that she won't tell anyone. The next day at college, Ashley still feels devastated by her actions. Later, Ashley visits the library, where she finds Binder. They chat for a while and exchange numbers before they leave. When Ashley arrives at her place, Proxy is all dressed up and tells her that they are going to a party at Zane's. At the party, Ashley accidentally spills her drink. Proxy gets her another cup because the drinks are free. After that, she leaves Ashley behind and goes to the washroom. Ashley notices Mark and Zane in the crowd. She approaches them and wants to speak, but Zane starts humiliating her by telling a made-up story. Ashley ignores it and talks about his friend, whose murder video went viral. Zane and his group start laughing and say that he's probably doing a prank. Ashley asks them if they have seen him since then, but they say they haven't. So she thinks that he may be actually dead, but the boys laugh at her and leave. Only Zane stays behind with her. He then takes her outside, near the pool, so that he can talk in private. He asks her what she has seen, and she says that she watched the video. Zane asks her if she has tried it herself. What did you see?
You did it for the lulz.
But she refuses. Zane admits that he did it himself, and then Smiley killed a child. After hearing his, she pukes and becomes upset. She now wants to go back home, and Zane asks her for a sleepover and says he can drop her home. But she refuses and starts walking home. Scared and drunk, Ashley slowly walks towards her home. While walking, she hears something behind her. She turns back, but doesn't see anything. But when she turns around, Smiley charges at her with a knife in hand as she runs for her life. She rushes to her home and locks the door, but to her surprise, Smiley is already in the house. Smiley tries to grab her, but her shirt gets torn. She tries to escape, but there is no way out and Smiley slowly comes towards her. She wakes up in her bed, screaming at the top of her lungs. Proxy runs into her room to check on her. Ashley tells her that Smiley was about to unalive her, but Proxy says she must have been dreaming. Proxy is worried about Ashley and asks if she's on any psychotic drugs, but Ashley refuses. Later that day, Ashley sees a psychiatrist. The doctor gives her an anxiety medicine. After leaving the psychiatrist's office, Ashley meets Proxy and then visits Zane. Ashley finds out that Zane is a hacker. Ashley convinces Zane that Smiley might just be an evil spirit. During her professor's lecture on paranormal phenomena in her next class, Ashley gets jump scared by a sketch of Smiley in her notebook. Her professor sees this, so she tears out the drawing. When the class ends, she asks her professor to talk for a while about supernatural phenomena, but he says he's in a hurry and leaves. In the computer lab, while she is researching on a computer, Binder shows up, scaring the shit out of her. As he looks at her laptop, he asks her what she's doing. They end up talking about Smiley. Ashley confesses that she killed someone. Binder gets shocked and says that he tried it too, but nothing happened. Ashley says that you have to genuinely want them to die for it to happen. Ashley can't sleep because of her Smiley nightmares, so she ends up browsing the Hide and Go chat website. She skips a few people and finally finds Smiley. She tries to find out who Smiley is, but he starts scaring her instead of telling her. Just then, Proxy shows up from behind and strictly forbids her from getting involved in it anymore. But Smiley is always in Ashley's head. She often hears voices, which make her lose control. While sitting in the library, the voices make her so crazy that she breaks her laptop by repeatedly hitting it on the table. Frustrated, she even shouts at the people recording her. Now she has started to believe that Smiley is actually real and that he is going to come after her. She goes to the police and tells them about what's going on with her. The officer at the station listens to everything but doesn't believe her. The officer thinks she is having some psychological problems, so he suggests she see a psychiatrist instead of writing a complaint. Ashley visits her psychiatrist, completely freaked out. She gives her a tranquilizer so that she can sleep well. Later, she meets Binder, who gives her his old laptop and says it's in perfect condition. Both of them end up having fun, but then Proxy shows up and Binder leaves. Proxy says that she is going to stay with her parents to chill and to take a break from everything that is happening around her. Ashley encourages her to go enjoy her time with her family and assures Proxy that everything will be alright. They exchange hugs and then Proxy leaves. At night, Ashley receives a video call from Proxy, who tells her that Zane is not picking up his phone. At first, they think he might be hooking up with a girl, but then they start to freak out, thinking that Smiley might have killed him. Proxy decides to inform the police, but Ashley says it is a poor idea because of what happened earlier. Ashley says that she will check up on Zane and will take Binder along. Proxy lets her go with Binder and tells her to be careful. When Ashley arrives at Zane's place, she bangs on the door and calls out his name. When she knocks again, she finds that the door is open, so she enters the house. It's pitch dark inside, with loud music playing. Ashley finds a torch lying on the ground, so she picks it up and looks around. The place appears to be completely trashy. Ashley enters the room of computers and finds out that the computers are lying on the floor and Zane is covered in blood. She then sees Smiley on the monitor, who waves at her. She appears on the computer screen. Ashley gets frustrated, grabs the monitor, and throws it on the floor. She then grabs the gun from the floor and runs away. While running towards her house, Ashley calls the police officer, whom she informed about the serial killer. When the officer receives the call gets disconnected. Ashley enters her home and informs Proxy about Zane's death. Proxy tells her to call 911, but Ashley refuses to call and forces Proxy to write, "I did it for the lulz" 3 times. Moments later, someone appears at the door. As soon as the door opens, Ashley immediately shoots. The person falls down to the ground in front of the door. When Ashley goes near to check, she finds that she has mistakenly shot Binder. She sits next to him and cries, telling him that everything will be fine. But Smiley shows up and cuts Binder's throat. Ashley quickly rushes to her room and locks the door behind her. She points the gun towards the door and stands in front of it, but Smiley appears from behind her. She pulls the trigger, but the gun doesn't work. Then the door opens and more Smileys enter the room. Ashley is so terrified by the scene that she jumps outside through the window. She lands, which breaks her neck, and she dies on the spot. Then all the Smileys remove their masks to reveal their actual identities, and they are the people who faked their deaths, including the babysitter, Mark, Zane, and even Binder. They all talk about Smiley, who is going to be the first and only online serial killer. Binder asks everyone to leave, so everyone follows, except for Zane, who is talking to Proxy. Proxy asks Zane why they did it. Zane replies, "I did it for the lulz," 3 times as a prank. But his time Smiley actually shows up from behind and stabs Proxy in the eye, instantly killing her. Then Smiley waves at Zane and shuts the laptop, and the movie ends. Subscribe to watch more movie recaps like this. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.